See, with when you're on the roads, yeah, and you're making money on the roads, yeah, like it's all good and that, innit? But then when it gets pear-shaped and you go jail and you got to start all again, and then you go jail and it's just going around in circles. So now, like, when you're doing stuff that's legit, and especially when you like what you're doing as well, it's not looked at, seen as a job, innit? So like, if you're doing something like that, bro, it can never stop. If man put that energy into this music thing, I should be gone. And then nothing can stop it. I don't have to worry about a drought. I don't need to worry about feds. I don't need to worry about none of these things. I just keep going and going and going and going. I was raised in Hackney in Clapton, an area called Southwood Road. There's Clapton is upper and is lower, innit? So that's why I always talk about upper Clapton, innit? Not really talk about the other bits. Because that was like my... Is it divided? I wouldn't say it's divided, but it's just different parts of Clapton, innit?
You know, like, because Clapton wasn't really, like, I'm from South, innit? But I wasn't really hearing too much about Clapton. I knew there was things going on, but it was always usually like Hackney. But what's kind of like the Clapton experience like for you?
It's the same thing as every area, man. The same thing, like, man them grow up without their dads. The roads is, like, you see, like, I was chatting to my brother the other day, innit? And he was like, yeah, I did the good boy thing. I took the easy route, but I feel like doing the roads is the easy route because everyone's doing it. So it's just normal. Whereas if you try to do this, you're proper different. You get what I'm trying to say? You're standing out. So for me, I feel like doing a good boy thing was the hardest part than being on the roads.
Do you know what kind of pushed you to go more on the roads then? Do you know what kind of triggered it?
It's the environment, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And like, you know, like in like everywhere you go in the world, they might say, oh, this is a gang and this is a gang, but it's not really like that, innit? Like, you just grow up with people, these are your brethren forever. Obviously, if something happens to them, you're gonna feel it just like anyone else would. So that's what it is, innit? It's not really a gang, it's more like family, innit? But obviously, when it comes to like courts and all of this stuff, they're gonna just paint it some madness, it's organised gang and ret-a-tear, obviously to get as long as possible, innit?
Just before, like, you had to sit down, like, it seemed like the music you're making was phenomenal to my ears, yeah. But at that time, why do you feel it wasn't like taking off at the time you was making the music?
I think the UK wasn't ready yet though, one, and I think it was coming to that because it's like, before I went to jail, yeah, I don't used to deal with no one that's not from my area, innit? So everyone I just deal with is just from my ends only. So I don't know what goes on in any other area. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me now, I was just a guy that raps in the hood. I've been popular in the hood already for different reasons, but people already knew who I was. So when I rapped and it was getting bigger, it was because of that. So when I went to jail now, and I'm meeting people from bare places, like all over the world, that's when I thought, I didn't even know like man was that big. So even one day I went to my little brother's school to pick him up, and one used to come to me to take a picture. The first time was like kind of weird as well, like, you know what I'm saying? So now it's just normal now. Someone say, oh, can I take a picture? Oh yeah, come, let's go.
What's one of the songs you talked about, something kind of like similar to not knowing if a man's trying to like be a fan,
okay, yeah.
You know, get into the studio for music or try and line man up. But it's always like that mentality of not knowing how to read the other person's energy. But because you're doing music now, before just the roads. Do you get me? Like, what kind of mind frame does that put you in when them times that you have to be kind of like cautious?
Yeah, so it's just like anything really, because you know, how can I explain it? You see, when you do music here, like, you could have done stuff on the road before, might not be on the road. Some people might even be on the church thing now, yeah? But, so like, they might think for them, this life's over, innit? But then for other people that you might have done stuff to and this and that, it's not over for them. So they might be trying to do things to get you, they might be getting girls to message you, anything could happen, innit? So it's just something you always gotta keep in mind as well, innit? Yeah, don't wanna go into situations blind and that.
It's not a paranoia, but you can't forget your smarts on the roads, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think the music sometimes makes the people feel a bit like
everything's all right, but it's not. It's not. It's like, I know some people, they might have seen a couple of my old school brethren and be like, oh, like, they're not involved in this and that, but you don't get to choose. Someone will choose. Do you know what I'm saying? If someone done something to you years ago, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it is, what they went through at that time, you don't never know. So just because for you in your mind it's over, for them it might not be over. So that's why you just got to be cautious with everything that you're doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
So how do you feel it affects you now, if at all? Like,
now you see me now, cool, now, because I was in jail, innit? Everyone's paranoid. So Everyone's paranoid. So, and keep being paranoid keeps you safe because you're always thinking this, you're thinking that, so you're always expecting stuff. So then it doesn't happen. Like, it minimizes the risks. So the roads is nothing like jail, whereas in terms of like how dangerous it could be. Of course, worse things can happen to you on the roads, but in jail, you're constantly with these people every single day, and it's easier to get at you. Whereas on the road, I could move houses, I could be in my car all the time. There's so much things that can keep me safe, do you understand? So now with the roads, it's just the same kind of thing. So now I bring that jail mindset to the roads, where you got to be paranoid on road, and then it'll just save you. Because my problem before, I just feel like, it's not even like by force, it's just naturally, it's just like, I always feel like, oh, I'm not scared, man, I'll do this, and then things go wrong, innit? You get what I'm saying? Because of that. So if man just keep paranoid, it will keep man safe, take you a long way. Even security guards, for example, now if I was a security guard for someone else, I got to be analysing this, that, clocking things, but you're just doing this for yourself. Do you get it? Without a security guard. So you keep yourself safe, and you got to weigh up the odds as well. It's like, the main thing is, yeah, like in jail, we did a course called TSP, innit? Thinking Skills Program, yeah? Now, I used this skill without even thinking about, they tried to show me that in jail, and because you know in jail, you just do courses just to pass it. Yeah, a lot of things you just do it to pass it. So it's like, there's a thing called red flags, innit? So these red flags are things that will make you offend, innit? So they might say, if I'm with this amount of people and we see someone, this might happen, red flags. So my thing is this now. Once you understand yourself, what you don't like, what you do like, what kind of things can tick you off and all of this, once you control that environment, then you're good, do you understand? So like me, I wouldn't go to a normal party and just like it's happy days because I'm not a normal guy. And at the same time, I wouldn't want people dealing with me in a certain way, where some people, they go to parties, they don't go for trouble. Not saying that they go for trouble, but they'll go to a party just to enjoy themselves. A man might give them some mad look, say something rude to them, but like, don't worry about it, let's just party. But that's not really me, innit? So I wouldn't want to put myself in that environment because I know myself, innit? So it's all about like protecting yourself, really. Because I don't care about no one else. I'm scared of myself. Because I might have to do something crazy that I don't want to do. So I got to protect myself. So if I have a party, it's going to be my brethrens or someone close to me, that everyone there is like basically my family, where I can relax and it's going to be calm. Do you understand? But it's even that though. It's like, you know, what is it? You know, like the art of war, yeah, and all of these things. Like when you study these things, you see like the problem with us, yeah, as roadmen, yeah, what happened to us, yeah, it's like something will happen today, and I want to react straight away. And then man wonder why we're in jail and we're doing all these birds and all of this. It's too quick, it's all flames, do you understand? Whereas like these Mafia guys and that, obviously they're booky in the end, but I'm saying these Mafia guys, their thing's proper calculated. Like, if this guy does this, you leave it for this long and this and ret-a-tet. So when it comes to problems happening, it doesn't even come back to you. Whereas man's too quick to react to this, that and everything that happens. It doesn't work for man, and the odds are against man anyway. The man guy in court, you're going to get legal aid. You're going to get birded off of legal aid. Man's going in a racist court. There's the solicitors, your barrister's friends with the judge. There's no winning anyway. Do you get it? So it's like, man can't win. And one thing as well, I clocked as well, it's like, when I was in DCAT, yeah, they had man doing some like charity work in it. So man had to drive around and stuff, yeah. So one time they made me go Kennington, yeah. So boom, now when you go to like on the block here, there's bare cameras everywhere, innit? So now when you go to the next bit of like, what is it? Is it Battersea? But there's a bit of it that's like proper, like nice though. Yeah. When you go to that bit, yeah, there's no cameras. Same as like in country, where the DCAT was in Stamford Hill, in country, Kent, there's not cameras like that, like certain parts of them areas, innit? So it's like in our areas, there's cameras everywhere. We can't do nothing and get away with it. Whereas you go to these guys' areas, they're doing bare stuff, but there's no cameras, they get away with it. And then they become judges, barristers, solicitors, all of this stuff. And us, we just go to jail.
It's like, so what's it social engineering in a way? Like,
yeah, that's what it is, bruv. know what I'm saying? Even in my mom's house, there's little kids used to chill in a bit. Now they put bare cameras there. Why? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
But within that, are you clocking these moves or these kind of like system walls when you're locked in, or were you already thinking of this?
No. I clocked it after now. Because you know what it is? You know when you're in the hood, yeah, like what used to happen to me is when I was in the ends, I couldn't think outside the ends. Every day I'm thinking about, what else can we do for the ends? What else can we do there? But when I went to jail now and you take a step back, you can see everything for what it is, see this, you meet different people, there's different doors, like you realize there's more to life. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you look at it now like when you work with artists, Like what kind of like requirements do you have when you're working with someone?
Do you know what I mean? I just like, if I would like to like someone's music in it. I don't really want to do stuff just for the money. I don't think it makes sense. I want to actually like your music, like what you're doing or what you represent in it, because like I seen some mad things going on in the game, yeah, and it's against everything what man represents. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's why I just try to do my own thing. I'm not really trying to be in no how can I explain it? Basically, there's like what I've seen now in the game is like there's groups in it of people, like these are them people, them. I'm not trying to be none of these things. I'm on my own stuff. Do you get it? So that's what it is really.
Now, when we were speaking on the phone previously, I was like saying to myself, like, and obviously without mentioning numbers or even labels, I was like, as soon as you came out, I was expecting like, yo, someone's gonna just give you a madness.
No, but I did go to mad meetings, but I think where man went wrong was because I haven't been in one of these stuff before. I feel like we was meant to go there and listen to them first, but we went there and told them, listen, I don't want to deal. This is what I want to do. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, and I feel like I don't know if maybe the way I come across, I don't know what it is, because everywhere I went with that, no one really said like, oh, but we can do this or we can do that. They just let's listen to man. I studied where. Me, I love watching documentaries, innit, or real stuff that's like man can learn from, innit. So I watched Bear, Master P interviews, Jay-Z, all of these guys, and when I check it, yeah, everyone in America that was independent, yeah, are still successful. They've took it to a mad level, whereas everyone that was like signing stuff, they're like, hey, they're gone. They're not really out there like that. So it's like, for example, Jigga, he did do a deal eventually, I think, but then when he done his independence and bought all his stuff back, he's still there. Master P, he's still there. And then like, who could I say? There's like a guy, Jaquan, Tipsy. When I was young, this song was hard. I don't even know where the guy is now. He's disappeared. And then a lot of them are having financial difficulties and all of this stuff.
Culturally here, we haven't actually got that mindset of long-term thinking in the music industry.
Yeah. But you know, I think it's down to like, because another thing man watched as well, man watched bare history in it. So bare stuff I didn't know before, innit? So like before there was a time in America, Black Wall Street, where we owned our own buses, own restaurants, planes, we had everything. And money was going around the black community, I think 6 times before it left. They said now it leaves our hand in 30 seconds. It just goes to all different ethnic minority, all different cultures and countries and all of this stuff, innit? So we don't have our money no more. So they say we're the biggest spenders, but we don't own nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like because of that, and we always be seen in the media like we're poor, we're robbers, and we're all of these things now. That's been the main reason. So people want to overdo things to feel better. Because that's what I used to do it. I used to go and spend mad peas and then go there because I feel like special because look how I look. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And I remember when you was doing the Benja situation, like it was basically for that kind of message.
Same reason. And when I linked him, he was on the same thing. And it's like, bro, you know what? I like that. Because even when I was in jail, I was thinking, bruv, you know what? Like, man's doing these videos, man's getting all these mad views, I'm rocking all these people's swag in the video, getting their shit famous. Like, soon there's gonna be a time where I'm just gonna do my own stuff, but I ain't gonna say it's mine. I'm just gonna just rap about it and so soon that's what I'm looking to do, innit? Make your own thing, man. Because remember, like, we will see someone wear something mad and we're gonna buy it because they've got it. But you're not understanding, like, when you do music as well, your influence is mad as well, especially who you are. And the bigger you get is the more it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about owning all your stuff, man.
In general, do a lot of the man them, like, share the mindset that you've got now?
A lot of the man them? Yeah, a lot of the people that I roll with now, yeah.
Because I feel like it's like, it takes time for people to adjust to get to certain points.
Yeah. But again, it's just timing, innit? It's timing, because years ago I didn't care about all of this stuff, but now when I'm deep in it, it's like, do you know what? Man, I need to do this, man, I need to do this, need to do that. So it's like, now, even when people ask me, like, what do I want to do, like, from music, what do I want to achieve, yeah? I don't care about being the biggest rapper, innit? If I can be successful enough where my name is a good brand, and then I can sell loads of other stuff from that, that's good enough for me, innit? Because I want everything. I want my own barbershop, my own restaurant, my own radio, everything. So my family's legacy is just going on and on and on. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what man really want. I don't care about all this stuff here today, gone tomorrow stuff.
When I want to go back to like when you were first in court, yeah. And I've always wondered, yeah, like what goes through a man's mind when they hear the number? Like what, bro? Like what? If you could take it, what's the first thing you're thinking?
But do you know what? Do you know what? Yeah, when my barrister said I was gonna get 14 to 16 in it, so I remember that's what he said to me in it. But my tips like this, yeah, like this the life man signed up for in it, whether man likes it or not in it. So man went and did the thing. Whatever happens now, it is what it is in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like man ain't gonna, oh it's hard now. Man's gonna nah. That's never been man. You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of guys do, but that's just not how man's built. Innit? That's not how man's wired. So I thought my thing is like, boy, it is what it is, innit? And I don't get stressed about things I can't change, innit? It's happened, I've been nicked, they think it's me, I'm going court, it is what it is. So boom now, my barrister said 14 to 16, yeah? So when I've gone court, they've gave me 13. So I thought, yeah, that's sick, like, that's a result, innit? But I knew I wasn't gonna get too much when the guy said they done the crime in their 20s, they're gonna come out in their late 20s. So I knew it wasn't gonna be too mad, innit? And then they said that. But at the same time, I was like, my mom started crying and that. Like, I think my girl was crying. She left the court. I'm like, don't cry, man. Chill, man. It's calm. After, when I went to jail, I rang the man. I'm like, yo, what go on? Just acting normal. But obviously, you man's pissed. But I'm just acting normal. Like, yo, what go on? Yeah, come on, man. Like, when I come out, right to tear. And then it's like, it feel like it wasn't real as well, man. Like, while it was happening. It's like I'm daydreaming. Like, the guy's like, yeah, stand up. Boom. You get me? So yeah, man. And then,
but in that sense, we don't need to put like the way it affects. Like no one wants to see that march. Like,
yeah, of course, man.
Like,
of course not.
I guess probably like you could probably pacify the pain.
Of course not. Even like when I first got arrested, yeah, I was at my nan's house, yeah. So the police came to my nan's house. They came to boom in the door and that, yeah. So my mom's like to them, look, you can't just come in like that. Like there's women in the house, innit? So they're like, all right, all the women get in this room, yeah. So my mom tried to tell me, yeah, nah. Yeah, so anyways, the feds must have come in the house. I've come downstairs. So they tried to say, what's your name? So when I've said my name, they've got the beam on me like right there, innit? So my mom's jumped in front of me, so I've jumped in front of my mom. So they tried to say, yeah, tell your mom to get away. So I was like, mom, get away. So then boom, they've took my mom away, yeah. So then the guys got me out, took me out, kneed me in the face. I was like, ah. It didn't really hurt though, but I was like, ah. And then fucking, boom now, yeah. They're like, yeah, fucking with the police and that, and then they took me still.
That's mad, bro. That is mad. Yeah. When you get inside, like, are you kind of like singled out because of what you've gone in for, by like the govs inside, or?
Nah, not really. Do you know what they saying that it doesn't make sense, innit? Because it's like people might see this and think, oh, this guy when you see him, he's gonna be mad, and bro, I'm just a normal guy like everyone else, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? So they were like, oh, it doesn't even make sense in that. Because the way they paint it, like, man, some crazy guy, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm off the chain, but obviously when they meet me, I'm just a calm guy, innit? I'm a normal geezer, innit? That's what it is.
Right, let's talk more of the music again. So like, we're in 2020, it's a new decade.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You dropped the Kenny All-Star freestyle, get me lighting up the streets again. As much as you want to divulge, what do you see as like your plan that you're trying to execute like this year?
I'm just trying to keep growing, really. Like, the scene's healthy. I'm just trying to grow and get my name out there, because I feel like a lot of younger generation don't know who I am yet. So I need to like get them to know who I am, innit?
You're not even old yet.
I know, but remember, bro, people are growing quick. If someone was 12, now they're 18. So they might not know who I am, you get me? So they might just think, oh, there's some new rapper in that, but man's been here for time, innit? So that's what it is. So yeah, I'm trying to do that. I'm working on my mixtape, my Clapton Dream 2, that's due to be mad still. And it's going to be like my old stuff, because a lot of people are like, oh, I like how you used to rap before. But what it was is like, I didn't know what people want to hear from me when I come, because I haven't been in the game for a little minute. So I was thinking like, they probably want me to just hear like what everyone else raps, but they don't like that. They like when I rap things my way, because I do it a special way, allegedly, innit? So for me, that's just how music is. It's got to be real, innit? Like, when I'm making a song, I feel it. So it's like, if I don't feel it, like, I can't make it. That's why I can't really rap a life man's not living. It's just what makes sense for me. I always thought, like, I want to make a song, yeah, like, not like a good youth, yeah, but like just a normal life. But I don't know how to, though. Like, that's all honesty. I don't know how to. I'd probably have to read a book and then see that and then go off that.
When you're moving forward now, like, kind of what kind of space are you in now, like, musically?
Yeah, see now I try to go studio every single day now. Do you know what it is? It's like, you see when you're on the roads, yeah, and you're making money on the roads, yeah, like, it's all good and that, innit? But then when it gets pear-shaped and you go jail and you got to start all again, and then you go jail and it's just going around in circles. So now, like, when you're doing stuff that's legit, and especially when you like what you're doing as well, it's not looked at, seen as a job, innit? So like, if you're doing something like that, bro, it can never stop. If man put that energy into this music thing, I should be gone. And then nothing can stop it. I don't have to worry about a drought. I don't need to worry about feds. I don't need to worry about none of these things. I just keep going and going and going and going.
I think it takes away that anxiety of like...
Always worried and that.
Yeah,
but still, even now though, I drive, I see feds, I just stay back a bit. Like, I don't want to just even be next to you. Because it's long, innit? It's long. I don't want to be next to you because you're not there like anyway. Oh, I can smoke cannabis. I don't even smoke. Yeah. But that's what they're going to say, innit?
How do you deal with like social media? Do you get me? Like, because
sometimes my manager's on there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on there still. Sometimes we always have arguments because sometimes we're arguing because he's DMing people acting like it's me.
But okay, but because you had that one situation where it went around with the challenge thing. Like, was that
what challenge thing? Oh, 50 bag challenge. Yeah. Oh no, that was just entertainment, man. Yeah. It wasn't my idea though.
Was the idea?
No, it wasn't my idea.
So okay, cool.
It was a publicity stunt, but it wasn't my idea though. Yeah. After that, I was shook. I was thinking, fucking hell, I'm gonna go back to jail. I'm gonna get recalled. This, that. I was thinking, why did I do this, man? Well, it was too late. But they showed me, like, you know, on social media, you need to, like, you know, when a lot of things are going on, you need to comment.
For algorithms to get the things.
No, they just said, like, you know, like, for example, Made You Think, yeah? His page is jumpy, yeah? So they'll be like, when things are going on, you need to comment there, leave a comment here, leave a comment there. You have to do that as social media, innit? So every now and then I try to do it, but this stuff's still kind of weird for me still. You know, like Snapchat, yeah, you see people filming themselves like, yeah, like, I can't do that, man. It's weird. I don't like Insta Live. It's strange. Like, I don't really like these things. I remember I was with my manager as well. Some guy crashed into his car, yeah. The first thing this guy done is on his phone like, oh yeah, some dickhead just crashed into my car on his phone. I'm thinking, bro, this life is mad. This new world is crazy. It's social media. Like, some people do things just for likes and that. Like, it might not be that, obviously it might be that lit, it might not be that lit. But it's just social media. You only put things up because you want it to cause a certain effect. If I want girl fans, I'm gonna do something for a girl. So if I put a picture of me and my girl on some honeymoon, everyone's gonna be writing it with love hearts, oh love, but man's not really, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that deep, innit? It's just social media, you can't get too deep into it. It's not real life. Social media, it's annoying. Like, I mute people because you just post so much rubbish. I don't want to see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Of course it does. And I like following certain things that I want to see every day, things that inspire me. So I follow like Akon and places like that, these Instagrams, like the Financial Advisor and this, and like you follow them and they show you sick things. I don't like just following people that's doing rubbish every day, man. It's boring. I just mute it, post and the story. But with social media, where it is today, it's like, Future's got a picture of Laura Harvey. Everyone's like putting up pictures of Laura Harvey. Bruv, live your life. What are you worrying about this woman for? She's her. You don't know what she does. You don't know her past. You don't know what she's going through. You don't know nothing about the girl. Everyone just moving mad like, oh, Laura Harvey. Like, you got to live your own life, man. See me, I don't watch people, man. I just do my own thing.
What happened with the show? If you cancel
the show, yeah, I can. They cancelled the show. What did they say again? Can you talk?
Yeah, you can talk to me. Yeah.
Basically, what they said is that I think because he's been to jail, I'm not sure if they were too aware of that. And then I think we gave in some names of the artists that were going to be performing alongside him. And they said they don't really know what's going on the street level, and they just have certain metrics that's worked for them in the past. It's like back in the day when people from outside London used to come and do shows and mix with London artists. They used to be trouble. I think they were just unaware that the supporting acts, like they're actually all friends. You had someone from outside London, someone from Birmingham coming to perform, but they were just unaware they were all friends. And obviously because of like what he's been in jail for, they said that they had to do some extra checks and needed to know everyone that was backstage was they need to know their names and so on and so forth. They needed to take it to the police and say, is it okay to go ahead with this show and so on and so forth. And I just don't know why like they just didn't do all of this stuff originally, and then just things like we needed to run the flyer by them and this and that, and they just said that. I don't know what they were doing, but I think they just took on the show at a very short notice, and they just never had the time to do their correct checks.
Where now man's back home and I'm rapping, bare people are trying to holler at me. Like when I was in jail, bro, I don't know where these people was. You know what I'm saying? So people, and then stuff like that, it's like, no matter how successful you are, it's like, it's not depressing, but it's like, it doesn't make you happy because it's like, bro, you're a snake. Like, I'm just looking at you like, you're just a snake, man. You're just an opportunist. And it's just so blatant as well. But people think you're stupid, like, oh yeah, if I do this and I do that, like, man's gonna be with you. No, you're not. Like, that's what I said. I was saying this to one of my brethren as well the other day. Now man's realised, yeah, you know on the roads, yeah, like back in the day when on man's come up, I only wanted youths to roll with me that was serious. So where's all of us and we're all just serious and we're all just on it. That was all I wanted. So now, why that's no good, yeah, is because like, when you all go jail, all you serious guys go jail, or you die or you go jail, what happens after? It's finished. So it's like, everyone has to have different roles. Some of them are not meant to be on it. Some people are meant to just make peace. Some people are meant to be on it. Some people can do both. Some people, there's a job for everyone in this world, innit? There's different jobs, innit? We can't all do the same thing. And that's what people need to realize, innit? Because in the ends, everyone's be trying to do the same thing. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't work, innit? Like, people need to do different things. Some man, they don't want to be work for no one, but they can't better themselves on their own anyway. But they got too much pride. Their pride won't let them, like, just do what they need to do, innit? But that's another problem, bro. That's for another day, man.
You're definitely a leader, though.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know what's so mad? Let me explain you a mad story. My name means leader. Ricardo means leader. When I chose my Muslim name, I chose Amir, and Amir is a leader. So it's like, but when I chose it, I didn't even know. Yeah. Man's ends, we never had no orders, innit? So like, it was just us. But like, bare my brethren, man, bought bare, the man them to the ends and whatnot, and until there's just bare of us now. So it's like, where man's never had no orders, everything we had to go through ourselves. There was no one to like go to and say, right, this and red hair. So it's good in a way and it's bad in a way, because it's bad it's in a way, maybe if I had orders, I might have been in jail for what I went to jail for. But maybe if I had orders, I wouldn't be so independent myself. I wouldn't be able to like look after myself. I would always expect someone to help me do this and help me do this, and you get what I'm saying? Where man's just self-sufficient, because I never had no one to come and say, right, let's do this and let's do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Akon, Nipsey, I like Damien Dash as well, but I think his approach is too mad though. But I like his mind, but he doesn't say it right. He's like Kanye West, yeah. Like, people look at Kanye West and say, oh, this guy's mad. But you listen to what this guy's saying, he's talking better sense. Like, the guy's saying, like, why is that Ralph Lauren can have clothes and his grandkids can still wear it and it's still in style, whereas when a black person does something, it's urban and then it runs out and it don't work no more. But people just look at, when he says, this mad stuff and when he says that mad stuff. But don't listen to the guy's whole message. Like, he's saying he didn't do a deal, was it Nike? Because they didn't want to give him royalties. He's saying, what am I going to tell my daughter in 3 years? They're saying I can only make this amount of brands. Do you know how much ideas I've got? So, like, all of this stuff is just stopping you from, like, limiting you. Do you get what I'm saying? And, like, even, like, when people say, like, you can't do anything, you probably can. Because you don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying, bruv? You never know, bro. No one knows you don't even know what you're capable of. It's mad, bruv. Like, when I'm out there rapping, doing all this stuff, I didn't know if I can do this and I can do that. I'm saying, bro, it's just how it goes, bro. I think anything you do long enough, yeah, and you do it good, yeah, you'll just get to mad places where you wouldn't even imagine. And I want to know what you can do for me as well, innit? Because all good just sign. Like, if they caught me years ago, I would have just signed, because just getting signed, the word sounds sick. Like, everyone was saying, what? One day I'm going to blow. And so if they call me, I'd probably sign for anything. But now when I'm realizing what it is, and it's like, it's long.
So it's like a bigger advance and actually know exactly what they can do to market your music in places that you can't do currently. Yeah. Which, it sounds reasonable to me, bro.
That's what it is. But you know what it is? It's like no one believes in you like you do, innit? Yeah. That's all it is. People are looking at like, it might be a risk and it might be a risk. I know what I can do, innit? I don't need them to tell me to know what I can do. I know what I can do. And my thing, I'm a competitive person. I'll just keep coming. I don't like no one to, like, obviously in life, people are always going to be better than you and this and that and that, but I'm just a competitive person. I want to be number one in everything. So I might not keep coming number two. I'll just keep coming number two until I'm number one.
Yeah. Being an artist, like, how does Rimzee differ to Amir?
That's a mad question, you know. How does he differ? I don't know, man, because I try to bring everything together because, like, I shouldn't be doing music because it's haram. But for me, it's like the lesser of both evils, innit? And obviously, man's got good intentions. It doesn't justify it, but that's what I can do, innit? There's worse things I feel like I could be doing that I'm trying to not do to do this instead, innit?
Yeah, because I think with what you went in for, it'll be so hard to have like a real, like I couldn't imagine someone look at that on a CV and thinking, yeah, like that must be a mad thing though as well. Like,
I wouldn't really want it. I wouldn't want on 9 to 5 anyway, man. Yeah, I don't really believe in it. I don't knock it, but I don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing someone's dream for them. Yeah. Like you're working someone's dream for them. And you're just some normal guy that works there. They don't care about you like that. Probably if you bring them more money, they might promote you and have a little party for you, but it's just not real.
What's the lessons you learned since you've come out about the music industry?
I learned this fugazi. People want to do stuff when it benefits them. And usually when it benefits them, so the game's fugazi, people use it benefit them. A lot of man ain't got no morals as well. A lot of people have lost morals. Like they're doing mad things they shouldn't be doing. What else have I learned about the music thing? I feel like a lot of people want to be American as well. They're not original. Yeah.
Rimzee, listen, bro. Thank you for your time, and bro, listen, we got to re-up on the music. Cause bro, I actually want to hear. I really want to hear that thing, you know, the project.
Yeah, it's coming, man. It's
bro,
gonna be there. The old stuff
on the studio sessions, bro. Just be like hearing the fire, bro.
Yeah, I'll do that, innit? One of the sessions, I'll make you pull up or something.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, my broski. Blessings.
Alright,
Yeah?
see you no more, bro. Bless.